What if the stories we grew up hearing, of angels descending from the sky, of divine voices echoing through the clouds, of beings sent from the heavens, were not just tales of faith, but fragments of forgotten history? What if the messengers of God weren't celestial spirits, but travelers from the stars? It sounds crazy, but when you look closer, the lines between myth, miracle, and mystery begin to blur. Across the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Mahabharata, and even Sumerian tablets, the same pattern repeats: beings of light descending from above, bringing knowledge, laws, and warnings. Different names, different languages, same story. Let's start with the Bible. In the book of Ezekiel, a prophet describes a wheel within a wheel that descends from the heavens, made of shining metal, glowing like fire and moving in all directions without turning. He hears thunder, feels the wind, and watches as beings emerge from within, their faces radiant, their movements mechanical, their presence overwhelming. Now think about it. This description, written over 2,500 years ago, sounds strangely familiar to what we call today. A UFO sighting. Could Ezekiel have been describing a divine vision? Or was he witnessing something technological, something beyond his understanding? The Bible often describes angels as shining beings of light, who descend from the sky with a thunderous sound. In Luke 2-9, when an angel appears before the shepherds, it says, "The glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified." Notice that the bright light, the fear, the sound, the same elements people report today when they see mysterious crafts in the sky. Could angels and UFOs be two interpretations of the same phenomenon, seen through different eyes in different times? Now move to the Quran, a text known for its precision, depth, and layers of meaning. It speaks of 7 heavens, each distinct, vast, and filled with its own mysteries. In Surah Ash-Shura it says, "And among his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and of the living creatures he has scattered through them." Think about that line. Living creatures scattered through them. Could this be an ancient reference to extraterrestrial life, written more than 1,400 years ago? The Quran also mentions creations you do not know, suggesting that humanity is far from alone. If these were just poetic metaphors, how do they align so well with modern discoveries? Billions of galaxies, each filled with worlds potentially like ours. When the Prophet Muhammad PBUH first received revelation, it came through Jibreel, the angel Gabriel, who appeared in blinding light. The Prophet described hearing sounds like the ringing of bells, feeling weight press upon him, and witnessing a radiant being unlike any human. To the faithful, it was divine communication, revelation from God. But some modern theorists ask, could this light and sound describe a form of contact or communication from a higher intelligence, one beyond our physical world? Before you dismiss it, remember almost every ancient text, from the Torah to the Hindu epics, speaks of heavenly messengers who descend in bright light, bearing knowledge, guidance, and warnings. Thousands of years before these scriptures, the Sumerians, one of Earth's first civilizations, wrote about the Anunnaki, literally meaning those who came from the heavens to Earth. According to their tablets, these sky beings created humans, taught them writing, mathematics, and agriculture, and then disappeared. The Sumerians claimed their gods weren't myths. They were visitors. And if you look closely, the art from ancient Mesopotamia shows figures wearing strange helmets and holding devices that look like modern tools. So here's the real question. Were the Sumerians simply imagining gods or recording encounters? From Egypt to India, from the Americas to Greece, ancient people painted the same scene. Beings descending from the sky in shining crafts, teaching humanity the secrets of the stars. The Mayans built temples aligned with celestial movements. The Egyptians called their gods, the ones who came from the sky. The Hindus wrote of Vimanas, flying chariots powered by mysterious energies. Separated by oceans, centuries, and languages, yet all telling the same story. How? Unless they were describing something real, something they all experienced, in their own way. Here's a mind-bending thought. What if the miracles we read about in ancient texts were not supernatural, but technological? A pillar of fire guiding Moses by night. A cloud of glory hovering above the tabernacle. A voice from the sky heard by prophets and kings. To ancient eyes, advanced technology would appear as divine power. If a spacecraft or advanced being appeared today, We call it science. Back then, they called it God. Now, before you jump to conclusions, this isn't about denying faith. It's about exploring a question that bridges faith and science. What if the universe itself is part of a greater divine design, and these visitors were simply instruments of that purpose? Even modern scholars and scientists are beginning to wonder. NASA scientists have acknowledged that intelligent life could exist elsewhere, and may have even visited long ago. And religious thinkers admit, if God created the universe, then surely he could create life beyond Earth. So, what if these ancient encounters were both spiritual and physical? Some researchers believe that ancient temples, pyramids, and megaliths were built with knowledge humans shouldn't have had. Precision stone cutting, astronomical alignment, and engineering still unmatched today. Could it be that our ancestors were guided or taught? Perhaps the truth of our past is buried, not only under sand and stone, but beneath centuries of interpretation. Maybe the line between heaven and the heavens was never meant to be that different. Scene 10, the pattern that never ended. Even today, the pattern continues. People across the world report seeing strange lights in the sky. Governments declassify UFO files. Pilots, astronauts, and military officers admit something is out there, watching. Thousands of years ago, people looked up and saw the same lights and called them angels. Maybe they were never gone. Maybe they've been here all along, guiding our evolution, shaping our faith, and writing the story of humanity in ways we still don't understand. So what if the Bible, the Quran, and the ancient alien stories are all connected? What if they are not competing tales, but different chapters of the same truth? A truth about who we are, where we came from, and who once walked among us. Maybe divine revelation and extraterrestrial contact are two sides of the same mystery. A mystery that began in the stars and continues here on Earth. History isn't just what we're told, it's what we discover. If this made you question what you've been taught, imagine how much more lies hidden in our past. Follow for more untold stories, mysteries, and forbidden truths, because sometimes the answers we seek about the universe have been written in our scriptures all along.